At 6.
Another porch pirate in Fargo. His doorbell cameras caught the man stealing almost $300 worth of packages off of 2 South Fargo homes.
It happened yesterday afternoon in the 1400 block of 62nd Avenue South. Today, Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with both victims, who are warning others to keep a closer eye on any deliveries headed their way.
Just 20 minutes after FedEx dropped this package off at Brian Hendrickson's home, his doorbell camera caught this man running up to his front door, claiming the delivery for himself.
Holy cow, this guy is really stealing right from our porch.
Hendrickson's wife watching it all unfold on her phone in horror as her $60 vase ran down the sidewalk.
She was kind of broken up over it. She felt violated. Somebody's stealing from our house, you know. So, yeah, she called me right away and she was kind of distraught.
But it didn't stop there. Another neighbor tells me that just hours after FedEx dropped off her deliveries, the exact same man can be seen on her doorbell camera running away with all 3 of her packages valued at over $200.
My guess is they were following the truck. The other option is they were just driving around looking for packages.
Both victims reported the thefts to Fargo police, who say so far they're the only 2 incidents yesterday. But I did talk with other neighbors in the area who say they might have been hit too, expecting packages either yesterday or today, hoping it's the latter.
Well, it could have easily been electronics or something important and valuable, you know, but this wasn't, but it could have easily been.
Hendrickson says he and his wife will now be sending all of their online orders to where they work, hoping they never have to deal with something like this again.
We can't have anything delivered to home now because there's always a chance it's going to get stolen. Although it may not repeat, it could.
In South Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Fargo police say this is an open investigation, adding so far they have no suspect in the case.
Time to get outside, enjoy summer. Conditions are decent, shouldn't hamper any plans. Let's get details from meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli in your no-wait weather. Justin?
And thank you, Mike and Andrea. Good evening, everybody. Temperatures staying seasonably warm again. Here's a look at the currents outside the Fargo area. We're into the upper 70s and lower 80s and some low to mid 80s up and down the Red River Valley right now. We do have some sunshine, especially in our eastern counties, but we're warm because of the wind. Wind speeds from the south around 15 to 25 miles per hour, pumping in that warm air, but increased humidity. Here's what it looks like on the satellite loop. More sunshine as you make your way into Minnesota, but increasing clouds across our North Dakota counties, with most of us reporting partly to mostly cloudy skies and some rain showers stretching from Bismarck toward the Minot area. More cloud cover in that direction is heading our way, so increasing clouds during this evening. Most of us staying dry until around tomorrow morning when we do have our next chance of some showers. Temperatures falling from the lower 80s into the upper 60s for lows. We'll give you the forecast for the next 7 days, including more sunshine, but more storm chances. That's later in the newscast. Now let's check in with Hutch Johnson, who is at the Cashwise Backyard Barbecue.
Oh, I got to tell you, Justin, a beautiful night here in West Fargo, literally on the banks of the Cheyenne River with Jessica Eli, this week's winner of the Cashwise Backyard Barbecue. Where did you sign up to win?
The West Fargo Cashwise.
And in the store, where do folks go?
The meat department.
Meat department. And are you considered a lucky person? Do you win lots of stuff?
Occasionally.
Well, that's good. Good for you. Now, who are these folks at back here enjoying the night?
Some friends.
Some friends? Very good. And what is your name?
Mayone.
Oh, hi. And how old are you?
Mayone.
Okay. And then what are you feeding the fish?
Yeah.
You pick some apples?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You're going to go. Okay, well, leave it to Hutch to scare the kids away. They're having fun. We're all having fun at the Cashwise Backyard Barbecue. But for now, Andrea, Mike, I got to tell you, not much food left, but we're still having a great time here in West Fargo. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. I know the feeling of that kid.
Charges have been filed against 3 people in connection with the 2 bodies found in Eccles Township earlier this year. Darren Steby is being charged with second-degree murder for the killing of Adam Thorpe and Jason McDonough on or about January 28, 2019. Both Christy Trisco and Daniel Lindy are being charged with aiding an offender after the fact for helping Steby after the homicides.
More Fargo police are asking for help identifying these persons of interest. If you have any information about them, call 701-241-5777. Reference photo numbers 116 or 117. Over in Moorhead, police are asking for help locating 27-year-old Nathan Smith and 23-year-old Junior Bellick. Smith has multiple open warrants, including one for escape. He was under electronic home monitoring where he cut his GPS locator off. Bellick also has multiple warrants, including theft and disorderly conduct. If you have any information regarding either, call dispatch 701-451-7660.
Locals say a fire in Fargo last night started with a woman armed with a taser. Police arrested 26-year-old Rebecca Lou Kalana for endangerment by fire, burglary, terrorizing, and attempted assault. One man we spoke with who lives in the building's basement says he's friends with the woman, but doesn't know what led to her starting the fire. The woman next broke into the house across the street. The couple there says they awoke to the sound of a taser and a flashlight. Aaron Fatland says he chased her out of the house and notified officials who were able to catch her.
We were both terrified. I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't see a dang thing. The only thing we could figure out she was doing was she got into the basement, took a couple beers, was drinking down there, and then smoking cigarettes.
One man living on the third floor of the building on the fire tells us he was trapped behind his hot door and blinded by all the smoke, and Fargo firefighters saved him.
Former special counsel Robert Mueller says election interference by Russia in 2016 was not an isolated attempt. He told a congressional committee today they're doing it as we sit here. Mueller testified before the House Intelligence Committee on his 448-page report on Russian interference. Mueller had made clear in his report that he could not exonerate President Donald Trump on obstruction of justice in the probe.
The downside, though, Mike, which I don't like, is that oftentimes the witness, here Mueller, is used by the political parties, and the questions really aren't questions, but they're speeches.
President Trump says Russia's probe created a phony cloud over his administration and says House committee hearings featuring testimony from special counsel Robert Mueller were all nonsense.
6 young people were recognized by the Grand Forks County Sheriff's Department today for wearing their seatbelts during a serious crash. These 6 were given a Saved by the Belt award. Deputies say they were involved in a rollover crash that would have likely resulted in serious injury or death. They were all wearing their seatbelts and were not injured in the accident.
Minnesota's Department of Natural Resources is warning of a scam involving fishing and hunting licenses. Anglers and hunters who buy their licenses online should do so only from the Minnesota DNR website. There are websites that claim to sell fishing and hunting licenses and will take your money, but you may come away from the transaction with extra charges or with improper licensure. When you buy a license online, make sure it's from the DNR's website.
A woman says she's looking to pursue legal action against a Fargo bus company. Maxine Lammers contacted our whistleblower hotline. She says her 78-year-old mom, Yvonne Marweg, died 2 days after falling off a cot on a bus operated by Maximi and Company. The incident happened back in February as her mom was being transported to hospice care. A report from the Wilkin County Sheriff's Office says Marweg was left on the bus's floor for more than 14 miles from Kent to Breckenridge. Deputies said the cot Marweg was on was very unstable and an unsafe method for transport.
I mean, we were thinking she'd be in hospice for a week, if not longer than this year, and it ended up being just a couple days, and I blame that on the accident of her being heavily medicated due to the injuries.
You can catch the full story tonight on Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW and Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, a helpful hand from the health department on dealing with opioids.
And a high of 84 degrees today in Fargo, one above average for this time of year. Temperatures will stay in the 80s through most of the next week, and we'll tell you when we have the best chances for some thunderstorms that's coming up next.